Have you seen any people that look like me? Kind of hairy, have a tail. Not like your tail.
My affiliation is to any god that will suit the moment.
Oh, this is Mel. I think we know where my friends are.
The the portals are acting a tad bit strange.
Dave, hey.
Rinto and Savos, how did you guys find each other? Because I've been looking around this God's forsaken city for I couldn't tell you how long.
And I'm rapidly questioning why I'm hanging out with these people.
All I'm just gonna say is next time, don't shoot people through portals.
Surrounded by monkeys.
So there's a curiosity store. Somewhat curious.
Yeah, let's check that out.
Yeah, so you enter the shop and you hear the little bell ding ding as you open the door. A very timid looking elf kind of perks up from underneath a desk and almost hits his head. Hello, welcome to Quentin's Curiosities. I'm Quentin. How can I help you today?
I'm just looking around on the shelf.
Have you seen any other curious monkeys roaming around?
They look like this.
They look like that guy.
I can't say I have actually. No.
Seems like a few of them have stumbled into town, and I'm not really sure, but we're trying to at least connect them all again.
Very curious to find them.
I imagine you would be. Well, I don't know about anyone else like you, but I have goods to sell. Some curious things. They're kind of weird items. You know, some of them they tell me are magical in nature, but I don't know. I don't know anything about them. They never tell me what they do. They just say, "Oh, this could be cool. This could be fun."
Why don't you show us some of your cool, fun wares?
Sure. Quentin steps out and kind of like trips over himself as he comes out from behind the desk and just starts going over to one of the shelves and points to a weird looking mask with like one half looks happy and one half looks sad, and he's like, "Well, this is the mask of oh gosh, what did they tell me? What is this mask?"
Happy sad mask.
It's a curious mask. So if you wear it, it either makes you happy or sad, or you can use it to make other people happy or sad. But it's random. I don't know. I haven't tried it myself. I'm too afraid to actually touch any of these items myself. That they're little. I'm not good with magic. I don't know why I'm running a magic shop, honestly. But they're interesting. And over here we have I think this thing is called a wand of a wonder. It does a lot of weird random things. I've seen it shoot some jewels out once. That was scary. Yes.
Mel, Mel, do you know anything about magic?
A little bit.
Oh.
Wouldn't say that I'm proficient, so I don't know that I like to wear that on my sleeve. But I think everybody's aware that I might have a little hidden magic.
Okay, I get close to Mel and I just say to him, "Is look at the wand. Is it real magic or is it like magic?
So I'd like to inspect that wand.
Okay, yeah. You give me an Arcana check.
4.
Yeah. So you look at this wand and
looks good to me.
That checks out.
All right, cool. Magic. I start pulling,
yeah, how much for the wand?
I start pulling all my coins out of my pocket. I've got like 6 gold coins, and I pull them out individually, and just put them on.
Totally magic.
Oh well, it's a rare item, so I would call that about I'll call it a nice 750 gold.
I do a big burp from that beer I had before, or the drink I had before, and then just put the 6 coins that I got out back in my pocket.
Well,
yeah, can't help you there.
It is said to shoot out jewels, so I've seen it happen, so I can't really,
makes sense.
Those could be worth a lot,
I turn to Mel and I say, I think this is out of our price range.
I nod. Nod with agreement. What else have you got?
I have a necklace that lets you read someone else's thoughts. It's 600 gold.
I burp again. And put my hands on my head like.
Oh, here. I know of something really, really fun. So he leads you over to a shelf with these strange-looking bagpipes. This is a set of bagpipes of invisibility. So you play them, and they make you go invisible.
But everyone can hear you?
Well, yeah, you have to play the song to be able to go invisible. That's
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty interesting. Maybe if you just are in the presence of something that is deaf but has really good hearing, a really good sight, and you play it and it can't hear you, but it won't see you either.
Excuse me, sir. Can me and Mel just have a little bit of a look around and a little bit of a quiet chat about maybe purchasing this item?
Sure.
Okay, so I grab Mel, put my arm around him, walk off towards the back of the store, and I'm like, "This is a grift. This is a grift. Nothing here."
Yeah.
Like this. Are you sure that first thing was magic? Because this sounds like a grift.
Oh, I'm totally sure that first thing was magic, but everything else, I believe you on.
We have these places in my world, and it's a grift.
All right,
bagpipes that make you invisible, but people can clearly hear you. What is the point of that?
Really cool.
They would be good for like a band of some sort. Maybe a ghost could be playing the bagpipes, but other than that, I don't think there's much here. Maybe we should continue on to try to find my friend and see what else we can find.
Oh,
all right.
Oh, friends! I thought of something else. So here, it's mostly for party tricks, right? But it's pretty cool still. I call it the deck of minor illusions, and you pull a card, and it makes a little illusion for you, and it's fun. It's random, and you never know what you're gonna get. Like if you just it's like pulling a card. You don't know what card you're going to get. You don't know what illusion you're gonna get.
Oh.
Can I inspect this a little bit closer?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to do another Arcana check?
I do.
All right, roll that for me.
9.
Yeah, you look at this. You look at this deck, and you're like, man, yeah, I kind of feel that magic radiating off of it. It's that there's something about it.
Oh, you
Here,
gotta check this thing out.
I'll tell you what. I will give that to you for 50 gold. Such a steal.
Can we perhaps test it out?
I will allow you to pull one card.
All right. Well, being that Rento's a little tipsy, I'm gonna go ahead and let him pull the card.
All right. I like walk over and like look at the cards, find which one I think's the best one, and then I pull one.
You pull one of these cards, and you pull out an ace of diamonds.
Okay.
And when you pull this ace of diamonds out, an image of a bunch of flower petals scattering all around just poofs up into your face, kind of startling you a little bit.
Mel, it works. Mel, are you alright? I still think the bagpipes were a grift, but this works.
So the deck did something.
Oh,
it's gonna be random.
Do you really think? Oh, well, I have to show you them then. And Quentin just pulls out the bagpipes and he starts playing them, and it's this god awful tune. But after a couple seconds of playing, sure enough, he disappears.
Amazing.
Trust me, everything in here works. I swear, everything is real. There's no fakes.
See, if this was a shop where I was from, this would just be to take your money. None of this stuff would work.
Do you deal with magic items often?
We don't have magic.
Well, there's your first problem. You don't have the magic for it.
Yeah.
Here, magic is all around.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've heard of magic, but it's not a thing. We don't believe in it where I'm from. Okay. Mel, have you even got enough money to buy anything from here? 50 gold for the
I don't-
cards was pretty good, but I've only got 25 gold total, so... and that's just what I've scavenged around.
I've only got 15 gold myself, but doesn't mean we can't make off with this stuff.
Alright, well, here. For limited time offer, I'll give you that card deck for 5 gold pieces.
Definitely, I start pulling the coins out one by one again and putting them on my hand. I put the 5 on there and then I just hand them over.
Thank you very much. Those have been sitting there for quite a while. I can't get anyone to come in and buy these things. I don't know what's wrong with them. They're great magic items, aren't they? They're so fun. They're so interesting, but...
Oh, the flowers are beautiful.
Everyone always wants the swords to do all the stabbing and the cutting, and they want cool staves, and they want to whack people with things, and I'm just like, but where's the showy, the fun, the
bagpipes.
The dramatic. Exactly, the bagpipes. Isn't that the best thing you've ever seen?
I agree.
Was pretty amazing.
And I'll tell you this. I think that people that think like that only think like that because they have not seen war. From my perspective, I would rather a magical flower fly in my face than a sword through my face. But that's just me.
Yeah, well, it's been a while since we've seen some dark times.
All right, so I just put my deck, folded up, and put it into my clothing.
So you've got the deck now.
A good find, I think. I really underestimated this elf, but I think he's a good fellow.
Timid, odd one.
I liked it when he went invisible. That was fun.
Is there anything else we need to look at while we're here?
Well, I showed you the things that caught me the most interest from me. Everything else is it's something, but it's more like situational, I'd say. Like this ring here. It's a ring of featherfall, which it sounds useful, right? You'd think you might need it a lot, but it's pretty much just irrelevant until you need it, in which you really don't.
I could have.
I don't know. I don't think we need it that often. I don't think we have to worry about falling from places too often, right?
It depends if you have a catapult.
And I do have some spell scrolls. They're just mostly healing scrolls. If someone's ever crazy enough to go out into the forest below, we need to make sure we have a lot of healing on hand in case the priests from the temples, can't get to them right away.
Quentin, what's in the forest below?
That's generally where the nasty things kind of stay. So you're not from around here, correct?
No, I just flew in.
From another world tree, or
no, from another realm, I guess. There was a whole incident with some portals popping up, and then we were curious. You should know about curiosity.
Goodness, I sure do.
And next thing we knew, I was sitting on a catapult, going through a portal.
Yeah, a lot of those portals have been popping up lately. I wonder why. It seems like magic's been kind of off, kind of funky, kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, actually. Not gonna lie, I really enjoy it. It's fun having these surprises every day. It's like just getting to use the deck of minor illusions or the wand of wonders just like all the time. A long time ago, some evil was driven into the forest below, and we just kind of have some protective magic up to keep it out. And sometimes adventurers they get a little crazy. They get bored with the monotony of city life, and they decide, I'm just gonna go down there and explore and see what's happening, because we haven't been down there in a really long time. And then they come back and they're all banged up, and they're not happy, and we're not happy because they're all banged up, and it's kind of weird. And last week there was a kind of a monster scare, and it followed them up after they tried to escape. And it's just kind of, because it's not very pretty,
Mel, how would you feel about maybe going down to the lower forest? Have you got any experience down there?
Mal, you know that occasionally the airships will touch down to get to points in the forest to reach the sea, but it's
Yes.
not often because they kind of just try to keep out of the forest as much as possible, and they
Okay.
go to very specific points in the forest to get to those ports
Okay, so I
so
would
that
say
they can get to
basically,
other.
I would say I know very little about it, and what I know is that you generally don't want to go down there unless you're looking for trouble.
Yeah, there's a lot of very strong beasts down there that are being kept out by that magic, and for good reason, because not many people now are equipped to deal with it. They've kind of grown accustomed to a very peaceful life, so not many people are equipped to deal with any kind of threats unless it's like specifically like city guard and things like that, and even then they've been a little overwhelmed by these things in the past.
So Rinto, unless you're looking for trouble, I don't know if we're prepared yet.
Well, we could always go take a look and ask if they need anything simple done. I mean, I was fighting on front lines for years in wars. If anything really pops up, I mean, a few 1-2s and we won't have that much of a problem, I don't think. And I mean, if anything gets way out of control, we could maybe retreat back to the city. May I ask, is there any other way around this, like around the lands around here? Is it only by air people travel?
Generally, that's the safest way to travel. We like the air. The air's nice. It's not filled with too many things besides birds, and birds don't really have murderous rage in their hearts or anything like that. These monsters, though, well, there were some flying monsters, but they're usually contained in the lower parts of the forest anyway, so it's fine. But yeah, I don't know, like how experienced are you? You say you've fought on the front lines, but have you really seen monsters though?
No. These were wars against other races similar to myself. I wouldn't say there was anything monstrous. What kind of monsters are we talking about? Like, are they big beasties? Are they lots of little beasties? Like, what are we talking about?
All right, so have you ever seen a panther?
I have.
It's like a big cat thing. It's like
Oh, we have
Oh, we can
big
describe
and
it, yeah.
and they look like they'll eat you. But see, this panther that I'm talking about is a lot different. So its tails are really weird. It's like kind of like the tail is split up into two tails, like a Y shape, and then at the end of each tail there are like these little mouths, and they bite you too, and they kind of go invisible.
That doesn't sound fun.
No, and there's a lot worse. I mean, there's we don't really know if this is true or not because we've never seen them, but there are ancient texts saying that there might be dragons, and dragons are,
I've never seen a
well,
dragon.
they can be scary if they're older.
Could there be friendly dragons, or are they all Bernie and?
Well, we've never really taken the time to find out, but we also have never seen any from the past I don't know, few centuries. So maybe they're extinct. Maybe they're just taking really long naps, or they just don't care too much. But I don't really want to find out if they're real, or even if there are friendly ones, because their power is scary. They can even learn magic sometimes, and their breath can, well, they can do a lot of different kinds of elemental damage. So they're not all burny. Some of them are freezy.
Oh.
And it's scary.
Yeah. Mal, I don't really like cats, and I don't like flying lizards. So, what would you recommend? What do you think we should do?
I think we better hold off on dancing with the dragons right now. I can deal with the fire kind, but I don't like these freezing dragons.
You know, if they actually did dance, you know, I bet they'd be very interesting dancing partners at least.
I start writing in my notebook like dragons, giant cats, yeah, just some notes about what I just heard.
Okay, so
Alright.
you take a couple seconds to jot down those notes, and Quentin just kind of watches.
What do you think, Rento? Want to move along and just keep this in mind?
Yeah,
Thank you for your time and showing us your bagpipe skills.
thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Thanks for your business. It's been a pleasure. I haven't had, you know, anyone show interest in my wares for quite a while, so it was nice. It's nice showing off the merchandise a little bit, you know.
And if you keep practicing those bagpipes, I think one day they'll turn you visible. You understand what I mean. Alright, let's go.
Next time on Dungeonnetic.
Suddenly, a large explosion just rings out from down below. Free the world trees! Free the world trees!